Hi, my name is Kyle.
Hi, my name is Victor. Our other group members' names are Chan, Sai, and Jesus, and this semester we work for the Discovery Center. So to let you guys know a little bit about the Discovery Center focuses on helping low-income families and their kids uh, explore the native history of Fresno. Another topic that the Discovery Center focuses on is on science. They're able to incorporate science on fun activities that keep kids engaged throughout the day. On the campus of Discovery Center, they have a museum. This is the place where all the kids do all the fun activities. They also have a cactus garden. In this garden, they have all the different species of cactus, and they also have different parks and gardens around their campus. So there are a lot of ways people can get involved with the Discovery Center. Anyone can volunteer at any of their events that they host. The Discovery Center usually is always having events year round. People can also volunteer by helping keep their building and campus clean. For our 4 hours of volunteering, what we did is that we helped clean one of their gardens. So now the part where we came in is that one of the main events that the Discovery Center hosts is the Volunteering Appreciation event. For this event, our group was asked to come up with the cost for the 2019 event. So when we started this project, some of the challenges that we saw for hosting such a huge event are the food cost and the facility cost. So the food costs are one of the major expenses for the event, and some of the ways that we found to decrease the total price was by finding less costly substitutes, getting donations from different businesses, and going to alternative stores to find the best price on each item. The next step was creating the budget. The methods that we used in determining the budget were: one, products were compared on the basis of quality for the name brand and generic brand. Second, we compared the prices of generic and name brands products. Third, we considered buying bulk versus individual based on the pricing. Fourth, we discounted and special deals items were considered. And lastly, the size of the product was essential in choosing them.
This is the first budget we prepared right here. We had went to Smart and Final and used each of the previously discussed methods to choose each individual product, and we listed the costs and the quantity that we wanted to obtain of each item here. These costs were obtained from a different store. Shannon, our volunteer director, had suggested that we have dessert at the event, and so we costed the items at a different store, and these were the resulting costs as well. As previously mentioned, we wanted to look at different store prices to see what the best price on certain individual items was. One store that we found that we could trace those costs to was Dollar Tree. They offered an alternative that was cheaper than Smart and Final, the original location we went to, and actually resulted in some savings for the cost of the event. I wanted to talk a little bit more about donations as well. So we prepared this donation letter to serve as a template for the Discovery Center. In the letter, we made mention to how much it would benefit the organization that was providing the donations and how much it would benefit the Discovery Center from receiving those. In addition to the benefit provided, we would also recognize the donation that the organization provided during the event that they provided it for. Another major cost to the event would be the facilities. We had the option of hosting it at the Discovery Center or hosting it off-site. So some of the benefits of hosting it at the Discovery Center is the venue is controlled by the Discovery Center. It was not able to be canceled due to the host not agreeing with the topic or legality regarding to how many people you have on the property at one time. It would be advertisement for the Discovery Center, and the program would be able to interact with the landscape located on the Discovery Center campus. Unfortunately, some of the drawbacks would be that it would be outdoors. So the weather is unpredictable, there's a lot of bugs and plant life and animal life, and having the event would require a lot of support structure required to do it outside. You would need speakers and lights, especially if you're doing it at night. So one alternative that we did find was through Peace Lutheran Church. One of the board members, Dom, actually talked to them and got them to agree to host the event. So it would cut down significantly on facilities costs and allow for an indoor location. Hosting the event at the Discovery Center would require the rental of certain tables and chairs from a company. We chose Best Party Rentals just as one option. This was by far the most expensive cost to the event at $669. The reason why it was so expensive was to have the full service of the event staff and the tables and chairs. Just overall renting of those objects and how many we wanted to rent was very expensive. So that alternative was actually achieved by Dom, as previously mentioned. Grace Lutheran has offered to provide the tables and chairs to the event that would be required, and thus significantly cut down on the price that we would have to put out for fundraising and donations for the event to be put on. For the event to be put on at Grace Lutheran, we could also choose to rent the tables and chairs anyway. So some of the pros of this would be that the tables and chairs would be delivered. There's a damage waiver. It's set up by the rental place, so setup and tear down would be taken care of them completely. No volunteers would have to be brought in for that. The event cleanup would be pretty easy, as they would do most of it. And the cleaning of the materials, they would take care of all of the cleaning of the linens and everything that would get dirty. Unfortunately, some of the cons is the cost is really high for those tables and chairs. Like I said, it was the largest in the event overall. And if we damaged the rentals, it could add an extra cost that the Discovery would have to forfeit due to the damage. After we prepared the budgets, we looked at what prices were just too high and what prices needed to come down in order to host the event. That price was the table and chair rental costs. So they were just too cost prohibitive for the Discovery Center to hold the event. To eliminate those costs, we reached out to local organizations. I called a couple churches, and Dom, one of the board members, made contact with Peace Lutheran, and they agreed to host the event for 2019. They have enough tables and chairs to seat 140 people at the event, which was exactly how much the Discovery Center was looking for. And another realization that we had was that the donation request for the food needed to be submitted at least 90 days in advance and give them plenty of time to donate to the Discovery Center for this event to be planned. Also, we need to consider the cost of invitations and tracking the number of attendees for future events for future planning. Conclusion: after realizing what needed to happen with each of the costs related to the budgets that we prepared, we determined that we needed to present these before the board. So we created a video, and Shannon, our supervisor, presented this video to the board. Ultimately, the board approved of it, and they liked the ideas that we had presented for them, determining that what we did should be used as a template for future groups. So ultimately, Shannon emailed us some questions that she answered, just highlighting what she wanted to do with the Discovery Center. Mainly, she wanted to help the children by developing different programs at the Discovery Center, and budgeting and the cost that we prepared would help them do this in the future to help organize future programs and future events. Overall, our experience, I would say, was a positive one. We volunteered on campus helping clear the gardens for children's events in the future. We also learned a lot through developing the budgets and costing an actual event that would help the Discovery Center in the future. It was also beneficial for the Discovery Center, I would say, as well, as they seemed pleased after the Board of Directors meeting, and the prepared budgets that we allowed them to have, and the prepared notes and videos and everything that we did ultimately to help them in their cost of the event. So overall, I would say that we learned a lot, our perspective was changed, and we were very happy to be doing this community-based organization project with each other.